Standard Costing Part 3 Variance Analysis. Friends, in this video, I am going to explain direct labor variances. Firstly, direct labor cost variance, shortly DLCV. It is the difference between the standard direct wages specified for the activity achieved and the actual direct wages paid. If the actual labor cost is less than the standard labor cost, it would result in a favorable variance and vice versa. It means that if the actual labor cost is more than the standard labor cost, it would result in unfavorable variance or adverse variance. In the form of equation, it can be presented. DLCV is equal to standard labor cost for actual output minus actual labor cost. Remember, here standard labor cost in the sense standard labor cost which is for actual output, that should be kept in view. So, it is computed in this manner, that is equal to ST into SR. ST is given like this. ST is equal to standard time specified for actual output, that is equal to standard time per unit of output into actual output and minus actual labor cost. Actual labor cost can be computed by multiplying actual time with actual wage rate. Here in this equation, AT abbreviation has been used. AT stands for actual time taken, SR stands for standard wage rate, AR stands for actual wage rate. It should be noted that various formulae for direct labor variances can be derived by simply putting the word time in place of quantity in the formulae meant for direct material variances. It means that when we have understood direct material variances just by substituting the word time for quantity, we can get the formulae for labor variances. We can understand the computation of the labor variances with an illustration. Data given are standard output 50 units, actual output 40 units, standard time per unit of output 3 hours, actual time taken 110 hours, standard rate per hour rupees 2, actual rate per hour rupees 3. Now, DLCV, direct labor cost variance, is equal to ST into SR. ST divided by 1 unit into actual output will give us standard time for actual output. ST stands for standard time for actual output. It is given in the problem that for 1 unit standard time is specified. That is, standard time per unit of output means for 1 unit of output 3 hours are fixed as standard time. So, ST by 1 unit means for 1 unit, what is ST? 3 hours into actual output will give us standard time for actual output into SR. SR, standard rate, wage rate. Standard wage rate is rupees 2 per hour, it is given. So, further, AT minus AR. AT means actual time taken, it is 100 hours, into actual wage rate rupees 3 per hour. That is equal to, therefore, 3 hours by 1 unit, as already said earlier. 3 hours by 1 unit will give us the standard hours into 40 units, that is actual output, will give us 120 hours, that is the standard time for actual output produced. And when it is multiplied with rupees 2, that is standard wage rate, will give us rupees 240, and actual wage is rupees 330. It is already given. That is equal to 240 minus 330 will give us 40 adverse. That means 240 is the standard labor cost, 330 is the actual wage paid, difference is 90 adverse. It should be noted that standard output is irrelevant for computing this variance. Now, analysis of direct labor cost variance. The direct labor cost variance may arise either on account of the difference in rates of wages, that is standard rate and actual rate, or because of variation in standard time allotted and the actual time taken by the workers for performing a job or an operation. Accordingly, DLCV, direct labor cost variance, may be further analyzed as direct labor rate variance, DLRV shortly, and direct labor efficiency variance, DLEV. Remember, as explained, the direct labor cost variance, for variation in direct labor cost, two factors are leading to this variance. One factor is the rate, difference in rate, standard rate and actual wage rate paid, or another reason is difference in time, standard time fixed for the job or an operation and actual time taken. So, either due to the rate difference or due to time difference or due to both, there can be variation in direct labor cost. Now, let us consider direct labor rate variance, DLRV shortly. It is that portion of direct labor cost variance which is due to the difference between the standard wage rate specified and the actual wage rate paid. If the actual wage rate paid is less than the standard wage rate specified, the variance would be favorable and vice versa. For example, if the standard wage rate is rupees 2 and the actual wage paid is rupees 3, we are paying 1 rupee more. Naturally, it is against us. Therefore, it will give us the adverse variance. So, we can say that if the actual wage rate paid is more than the standard wage rate specified, the variance would be unfavorable or adverse. DLRV is equal to AT into SR minus AT into AR, that is equal to AT into SR minus AR. Here, as already said earlier, AT stands for actual time taken, SR stands for standard wage rate, AR stands for actual wage rate. See here, difference between SR and AR, standard rate and actual rate, standard wage rate and actual wage rate. The difference between these two will give us the variation, and when multiplied with 80 actual time taken will give us direct labor rate variance. Now let us consider an illustration. From the data given in illustration 1, DLRV is computed below. DLRV is equal to actual time taken 110 hours into standard rate rupees 2 and actual rate wage rate paid rupees 3. So 110 into rupees 2 minus rupees 3 will give us negative minus rupee 1. 1 rupee difference, that is negative, because actual wage paid is rupees 3, which is more than the standard wage rate, that is rupees 3. So minus rupee 1 into actual time taken 110 hours, it will give us minus 110, or it can be written as 110 rupees adverse, that is labor rate variance. Now let us consider direct labor efficiency variance, DLEV. It is also called direct labor time variance. It is that portion of direct labor cost variance, DLCV, which is due to the difference between the standard labor hours, that is standard time specified for the activity achieved, and the actual labor hours expended, that is actual time taken. If the actual time taken is less than the standard time specified for the actual output, the variance would be favorable and vice versa. It means that if the actual time taken is more than the standard time specified for the actual output, the variance would be unfavorable or adverse. When the work is completed within the standard time fixed for the purpose, it is the indication of efficiency of workers. Accordingly, it is known as labor efficiency variance. For example, if time specified to do a work is 2 hours, if a worker completes the work within 2 hours, that is actual time taken is less than the standard time, then he is said to be efficient worker. Any variation due to this efficiency is called labor efficiency variance. Now, we can present it in the form of an equation. DLEV is equal to SR into ST minus SR into AT. It can also be presented or simplified in this manner. Common is SR, standard wage rate. So SR into ST minus AT. It is already explained in this equation. ST is equal to standard time specified for actual output. Now, as already said earlier, it is standard time given should be multiplied by actual output. It will give us standard time for actual output. Actual time taken is represented by AT. AT is equal to actual time taken. SR is standard wage rate. Now we can consider an illustration to understand this variance. From the data given in illustration 1, DLEV, that is efficiency variance, is computed below. DLEV is equal to rupees 2 into rupees 2 is standard wage rate into 3 hours by 1 unit. It means that to produce 1 unit of output, 3 hours are required. that is standard time specified, into 40 units will give us standard time for actual output. For 1 unit, 3 hours are specified. Therefore, for 40 actual units produced, naturally it will be 120 hours minus 110 hours, that is actual time taken. So, 120 hours minus 110 hours will give us positive 10 hours. That means standard time is more than actual time, or we can say that actual time taken is less than standard time specified by 10 hours when multiplied with rupees 2, that is the standard wage rate, will give us rupees 20 positive, that is rupees 20 favorable. So, direct labor efficiency variance is favorable to us. Now, here wage rate variance means the labor rate variance, that is negative, that is adverse, 110 adverse, but efficiency variance is 20 favorable. Now, we can verify the total of DLRV and DLEV, direct labor rate variance and direct labor efficiency variance, will be equal to direct labor cost variance. In the form of the equation, we can say that DLCV is equal to DLRV plus DLEV. So, we have already computed in illustration 1, DLCV as 90 adverse is equal to illustration 2 has given us DLRV as 110 adverse. DLEV in illustration 3 we have obtained 20 favorable. So, 90 adverse is equal to 110 adverse plus 20 favorable. 110 adverse and 20 favorable, the aggregate of these two will give us 90 adverse. So, 90 adverse is equal to 90 adverse. This is how the labor variance, so it can be cost variance, rate variance or efficiency variance can be computed. Now, let us consider idle time variance. The factors such as strikes, lockouts, power failure, etc. may result in abnormal wastage of time. In such a case, actual time worked may be much less than the standard time set. The variation on account of such abnormal factors is segregated from time variance, that is efficiency variance, which is called idle time variance. It should be noted that time for which wage is paid to the workers but no work is obtained from them is called idle time. Idle time variance is always negative. See, we can give the equation. Idle time variance is equal to idle time into standard wage rate. Now, we can understand this idle time variance with an example. Suppose in illustration 1, if the idle time is 10 hours, we may get idle time variance as under. Idle time variance is equal to standard wage rate is rupees 2 into idle time we have assumed 10 hours. So, 2 into 10 hours will give us rupees 20 adverse. Remember here, idle time variance is always negative because it is always the situation of idle time. As already explained above, idle time means the work for which payment is made to the workers, but no work is obtained. Even though the workers have not worked, they will be paid wages. Therefore, the position will be naturally against us. Therefore, such a variation on account of idle time will give us the negative variance, that is idle time variance is always negative. When there is idle time, labor efficiency variance will have to be revised on the basis of actual time worked. The actual time worked will be equal to the difference between the actual time taken by the workers and the idle time. Actual time worked is equal to actual time taken minus idle time. That is equal to 110 hours minus 10 hours will give us 100 hours. That means actual time taken, it is given in the problem, that is illustration 1 has given the information. Actual time taken is 110 hours minus idle time we have assumed 10 hours. So, 110 minus 10 hours is equal to 100 hours, that is actual time worked by the workers. Now, revised labor efficiency variance is equal to standard rate into ST, standard time for actual output, minus actual time worked, not actual time taken, but actual time worked should be deducted now. So, 120 hours standard time already we know, minus it is not 110 hours, but 100 hours, actual time worked is 100 hours. So, 20 hours we are obtaining. So, when multiplied with rupees 2, that is standard wage rate, it will give us 40 favorable. Revised labor efficiency variance is 40 favorable. Now, we can verify the total of DLRV, that is labor rate variance, DLEV efficiency variance revised, and idle time variance, the aggregate of these three will be equal to DLCV. That is DLCV is equal to DLRV plus DLEV revised plus idle time variance. Now, in the above example, we can say that 90 adverse is equal to 110 adverse plus 40 favorable plus 20 adverse. So, 90 adverse is equal to 90 adverse. Now, let us consider the further topic related to efficiency variance, that is analysis of direct labor efficiency variance. DLEV, that is direct labor efficiency variance, may further be analyzed as direct labor mix variance, DLMV shortly, and direct labor yield variance, DLYV shortly. Direct labor mix variance, DLMV. It is also called gang composition variance. Direct labor mix variance is also called gang composition variance. This variance arises if the grades of labor used in the production are different from those budgeted during a particular period. It reveals to the management how much of the labor variance is due to the change in the composition of labor force. Direct labor yield variance, that is DLYV. It is the variation in labor cost on account of increase or decrease in yield or output as compared to the relative standard. It is similar to material. In the case of material cost variance, we compute material yield variance. In the similar manner, labor yield variance is computed. So, it is the variation in labor cost on account of increase or decrease in yield, that is change in yield or output as compared to the relative standard. Miscellaneous problems. Now, let us consider additional problems. First three problems exclusively on labor variances. The fourth problem deals with both the material variance and labor variance. Now, let us consider these problems one by one. Problem number 1. Here the data are not readily available. Some are readily available, some information are missing. Now, let us consider the data given. The following information is gathered from the labor records of Shankara Limited. Payroll allocation for direct labor was rupees 20,000. It is nothing but direct labor cost actually incurred. Time card analysis showed that 9,000 hours were worked on production lines. So, 9,000 hours will give us actual time taken. We have to understand the information may not be directly given. On the basis of given wordings, we have to consider the given figures, whether they are actual figures or standard figures. Production reports for the period showed that 4,000 units have been completed, that is actual output is 4,000 units. Each unit of output having standard labor time of 1.5 hours. So, standard time per unit of output is 1.5 hour and standard labor rate is given rupees 2 per hour. Now, we are required to calculate variances. Now, here preliminary calculation. As already said, standard time, that is 1.5 hour, that is the time specified to produce 1 unit of output. Here ST, standard time, means we have to compute standard time for actual output, that is equal to standard time per unit of output into actual output. See, 1.5 hour divided by 1 unit of output, that means to produce 1 unit of output we require 1.5 hour, that is the standard fixed, into 4,000 units actual output produced will give us 6,000 hours, that is ST for standard time for actual output is 6,000 hours. It is not given, we are computing. Now, let us consider the calculation of labor variances. DLCV is equal to standard labor cost minus actual labor cost. Here standard labor cost we are required to compute it, but actual labor cost is actually given in the problem 20,000 rupees. So, ST into SR. ST, standard time for actual output, we have computed 6,000 hours into standard wage rate is rupees 2 per hour. 6,000 into 2 will give us 12,000 minus actual labor cost 20,000 rupees will give us 8,000 adverse variance. So, direct labor cost variance is adverse rupees 8,000. Now, DLRV is equal to labor rate variance, actual time into standard rate minus actual time into actual wage rate AR. Now, 9,000 hours actual time taken, it is given in the problem 9,000 hours into standard rate is rupees 2. So, 9,000 hours into rupees 2 will give us 18,000 rupees and 80 into AR means nothing but actual labor cost. Actual labor cost is already given rupees 20,000. 80 and AR actual time taken, no doubt 9,000 hours. Actual rate per hour is not given, but we are given with actual labor cost as rupees 20,000. Therefore, we can directly consider it. So, rupees 18,000 is 80 into SR, that is 9,000 hours actual time into rupees to 18,000 minus actual labor cost 20,000 will give us rupees 2,000 adverse. So, labor rate variance is 2,000 adverse. Now, labor efficiency variance is equal to SR into ST minus AT. SR is rupees standard wage rate rupees 2, it is given in the problem. Standard time ST for actual output is 6,000 hours we have computed minus actual time taken given in the problem 9,000 hours. 6,000 hours minus 9,000 hours will give us negative minus 3,000 hours. So, minus 3,000 hours into rupees 2 will give us 6,000 rupees adverse. So, labor efficiency variance is also adverse 6,000 rupees. It is easily understandable. Actual time taken is 9,000 hours, which is more than standard time fixed for actual output 6,000 hours by 3,000 hours. When actual time taken is more than the standard time fixed, naturally we understand that the situation is against us. The variation due to this is 6,000 adverse. We can verify. DLCV is equal to DLRV plus DLEV. DLCV we have computed 8,000 adverse is equal to DLRV is 2,000 adverse plus DLEV 6,000 adverse. So, 8,000 adverse is equal to 8,000 adverse. Now, let us consider the problem second. Problem number 2. Here also information which are missing will have to be computed. Now, let us try to analyze the problem given. Standard hours for manufacturing two products M and N are 15 hours and 20 hours per unit respectively. Here the problem is relating to two products, that is one product is M, another product is N. Standard time to produce M and standard time to produce N, 1 unit of M and N are given. So, standard time is 15 hours to produce 1 unit of M and standard time is 20 hours to produce 1 unit of N. Further, both products require identical kind of labor, it is easily understandable, and the standard wage rate per hour is rupees 5. Whether the laborers or workers are engaged in production of M or N, they are identical. Further, wage rate is rupees 5, uniform rate is given here rupees 5. In the year 2019, 10,000 units of M and 15,000 units of N were manufactured. That is the actual output given. The total of labor hours actually worked were 4,50,500. That is the actual time worked or taken. And the actual wage bill came to 23 lakh rupees. That is nothing but actual labor cost incurred. This included 12,000 hours paid for rupees 7 per hour and 9,400 hours paid for rupees 7.5 per hour, the balance having been paid at rupees 5 per hour. We have seen that standard wage rate is rupees 5 per hour, but actual wage rate is different. Out of total labor hours 4,50,500 total labor hours worked, 12,000 hours have been paid at a higher rate of rupees 7 and 9,400 hours labor hours were paid at a still more rate, higher rate, that is 7.50 per hour. But in case of the balance labor hours, the labor rate is actual labor paid is equal to the standard rate, that is rupees 5 per hour. You are required to compute the variances. Now, given data are noted here. ST is equal to standard time. Product M requires 15 hours per unit. Product N 20 hours per unit. SR standard wage rate is rupees 5 per hour. AO stands for actual output. Product M 10,000 units and product N 15,000 units. AT actual time worked or taken 4,50,500 hours. Now actual labor cost, usually we will obtain actual labor cost by multiplying actual time taken with actual wage rate. It is readily given. Actual wage bill is nothing but actual labor cost, which is rupees 23 lakh. Now the missing figures we have to compute. Preliminary calculation. ST, as already said, ST stands for standard time for actual output. That is equal to standard time per unit of output into actual output. We have to compute ST separately for both the products, for product M, for product N separately. So for product M, 15 hours divided by 1 unit of output, that means to produce 1 unit of output of product M, 15 hours are specified. Therefore, to produce 10,000 units of M into 10,000 units will give us 1,50,000 hours, that is the standard time for product M. Now for product N, for 1 unit of output of product N, 20 hours are specified. To produce 15,000 units of product N, 15,000 units are actual output of product N. When multiplied, we are getting 3 lakh hours. So 3 lakh hours are the standard time fixed for product N. Now total of these two will give us total standard time for actual output of both M and N. So 1,50,000 hours plus 3 lakh hours is equal to 4,50,000 hours, that is the standard time for actual output of both the products M and N. Now let us consider calculation of labor variances. Firstly, DLCV, direct labor cost variance, is equal to standard labor cost minus actual labor cost. Actual labor cost readily available 23 lakh given in the problem. Standard labor cost will be computed by multiplying standard time for actual output with the standard wage rate. Here we are considering both the products put together. 4,50,000 hours are standard time for actual output into uniform standard wage rate is rupees 5. So that will give us standard labor cost minus actual labor cost 23 lakh will give us 50,000 rupees adverse. 22,50,000 standard labor cost minus 23 lakh actual labor cost is nothing but actual wage paid will give us 50,000 adverse labor cost variance. Now direct labor rate variance is equal to actual time into SR standard wage rate minus actual time AT into AR actual wage rate, or we can write in this manner AT into SR minus AR. Now SR minus AR, here actual rate is differently given. For 12,000 hours, 7 rupees. For 9,400 hours, 7.50. For the balance of 4,29,100 hours, 5 rupees given, that is the actual wage rate paid. But for all these hours, uniform standard rate is 5. Accordingly, we have to consider. So, 12,000 hours into 5 minus 7 plus 9,400 hours, 9,400 hours into rupees 5 minus 7.5 plus 4,29,100 remaining hours into 5 rupees standard rate minus 5 rupees actual wage rate. When we can simplify this, 12,000 hours into minus 2 plus 9,400 hours into minus 2.50 plus 4,29,100 hours into no difference at all. There is no variation. Standard rate is 5, actual wage rate is also 5. Now, put together, we will get minus 24,000 plus minus 23,500 plus 0. That is equal to 47,500 adverse. So, labor rate variance is 47,500 adverse put together for both the products M and N. Now, direct labor efficiency variance is equal to standard wage rate into ST minus AT. Now, we have computed standard time for actual output 4,50,000 hours minus actual time taken given in the problem 4,50,500 hours will give us 500 hours negative. When multiplied with standard wage rate of 5 rupees, it will give us 2,500 adverse variance. Labor efficiency variance is also negative, adverse. Now, we can verify the result. Direct labor cost variance is equal to direct labor rate variance plus direct labor efficiency variance. So, direct labor cost variance we have computed 50,000 adverse is equal to rate variance 47,500 adverse plus efficiency variance 2,500 adverse. The aggregate is 50,000 adverse. So, 50,000 adverse is equal to 50,000 adverse. In this way, the variances have been computed. So, here in this problem, the information is relating to two products and actual rate is different for different hours. Accordingly, variances have been computed. Now, let us consider another problem, problem number 3. From the data given below, calculate labor variances for the two departments of an organization. So, here two departments of an organization are given, department A and department B. The actual data and standard data are given separately for both the departments. So, actual gross wages, direct means direct wages actually paid, that is nothing but actual labor cost is 2,000 for department A, 1,800 rupees for department B. It is given for A and B respectively. Now, standard hours produced for department A 8,000 hours, for department B 6,000 hours. Then standard wage rate per hour for A department 30 paise, 0.30 rupee means 30 paise. For B department it is 35 paise. Actual hours worked in department A 8,200 hours have been worked. In department B 5,800 hours have been worked. See here we are observing standard hours for A department 8000 hours, but actually worked 8200 hours. Then in department B, standard hours specified 6000 hours, but work has been completed within 5800 hours. Now let us consider variances, calculation of labor variances. Labor cost variance is equal to standard labor cost minus actual labor cost. So standard labor cost ST into SR minus actual gross wages. So actual labor cost is nothing but actual gross wages. It is readily available. We will use the available information directly, but a standard labor cost we have to compute. Here standard labor cost, it is for standard time for actual output, that is ST 8000 hours into SR, that is 0.30, that is the standard rate, will give us rupees 2400 minus actual labor cost readily given in the problem 2000 rupees. So we are getting 400 favorable, because standard labor cost 2400, actual labor cost is less, it is rupees 2400 less than the standard specified. Naturally we are getting favorable variance of rupees 400. It is for department A. Now for department B, separately it is to be computed. So 6000 hours into 0.35 minus actual labor cost is 1800. So 2100, that is the standard labor cost for department B, minus actual labor cost is 1800, will give us 300 favorable. Here we should note that since standard output and actual output are not given in the problem, here both are missing. It is assumed that standard output and actual output are one and the same. Since both are not given in the problem, we assume that standard output and actual output will not differ. They are one and the same. Therefore, standard time, that is ST, given for standard output itself is taken as standard time for actual output also. Accordingly, labor variances are calculated. Here 8000 hours are given, that is standard hours, will be assumed to be taken as standard hours for actual output also, because standard output and actual output are not given in the problem. Now DLRV is equal to actual time into SR, standard rate, minus actual time into actual wage rate. Now again here actual labor cost or actual gross wages, nothing but actual labor cost readily given for both the departments. It is taken as it is. Now standard actual labor cost is given. Now 80 into SR, that is the standard labor cost for actual time, that is to be computed. 80 into SR for department A, 8200, that is the actual time taken, into standard wage rate 0.30 minus 80 into AR, it is readily available, rupees 2000. So 2460 minus 2000 will give us 460 favorable. For department B, 5800 hours, that is actual time, into 0.35, that is the standard rate, minus actual labor cost is 1800. 80 into AR is readily available, 1800. Now 2030 minus 1800 will give us 230 favorable variance. Now DLEV is equal to SR into ST minus 80. Here ST standard time 8000 hours, nothing but standard time for actual output also 8000 hours. Actual time taken is 8200 hours in department A. So 200 hours more than standard specified. So negative 200 hours when multiplied with standard wage rate 30 paise, it will give us 60 rupees adverse. For department B, standard specified was 6000 hours minus actual time taken 5800 hours. So 200 hours less than the standard specified. Therefore, naturally situation is favorable to us. In department B, 200 hours have been saved. When multiplied with 35 paise per hour standard wage rate will give us 70 rupees favorable. We can verify DLCV is equal to DLRV plus DLEV. For department A, 400 favorable is equal to 460 favorable plus 60 adverse will give us 400 favorable is equal to 400 favorable. For department B, 300 favorable, that is direct labor cost variance 300 favorable is equal to rate variance 230 favorable plus efficiency variance 70 favorable. So 300 favorable is equal to 300 favorable. In this way we are proving. Now let us consider one more problem. In this problem, we are required to compute both material variance and labor variance. Now see the information. Standard cost card for a product shows that material cost 2 kg at rupees 2.50 each, rupees 5 per unit. It means that to produce the given product, 2 kgs of materials are required. Each rupees 2.50, that is the price of material per kg is rupees 2.50. Since 2 kgs are required to produce 1 unit of the product, 2 kg into 2.50, rupees 5 per unit is the standard material cost per unit of output. Similarly, wages, 2 hours are at rupee 0.50 each. So remember, these are the standard fixed, rupee 1 per unit. That means to produce 1 unit of product, given product, 2 hours are required, that is specified, and 50 paise, 0.50 rupee means 50 paise per hour is the standard wage rate fixed. Naturally 2 hours into 50 paise is the 1 rupee is labor cost per unit of product. Now actual figures are given. The actuals which have emerged from business operations are as follows. Production, that is nothing but actual output 8000 units. Materials consumed, actual materials consumed 16,500 kgs at rupees 2.40 each. It means that actual material price paid per kg rupees 2.40 and 16,500 kgs have been used. Naturally, material cost, direct material cost, actual material cost is 39,600 rupees. Actual wages paid, that is actual labor cost readily given 7,200 rupees. Now here actual wage is 0.40 each. Standard wage rate fixed was 50 paise per hour. Actual wage rate is 40 paise per hour, and 18,000 hours have been spent for the production of the given 8,000 units. To produce 8,000 units, 18,000 hours have been, labor hours have been utilized. Calculate appropriate material and labor variances. Appropriate material variance means labor cost variance, labor rate variance and labor usage labor cost variance, labor rate variance and labor efficiency variance, material cost variance, material price variance, material usage variance. These are the variances to be computed. Now, let us consider calculation of material and labor variances. One by one, DMCV is equal to standard material cost minus actual material cost. SQ into SP, that is standard material cost. 1 unit of for 1 unit of output, 2 kgs of materials are required. 2 kg by 1 unit of output into actual output will give us standard material cost. So, 2 kg into actual output is 8000 units will give us 16,000 kg, that is actual material, standard material specified for actual output is 16,000 kg into standard price rupees 2.50 per unit will give us 40,000 rupees, that is standard material cost. Actual material cost they have given, that is 16,500 kgs actual materials utilized at rupees 2.40 per kg. So, it will give us 39,600 rupees, that is the actual material cost. So, the difference is 400 favorable. Standard material cost was 40,000, but 39,600 is actually incurred. So, 400 less than the standard specified incurred, therefore, we are getting favorable material cost variance rupees 400. It can also be computed alternatively. DMCV is equal to standard cost of material for actual output minus actual material cost. Actual material cost, it is given 39,600. Now, actual output into standard material cost per unit of output. Actual output is 8000 units. Rupees 5 is per unit standard material cost per unit into 8000 units will give us the same answer, 40,000 rupees minus actual material cost incurred 39,600 rupees 400 is favorable variance. DMPV, material price variance, is equal to actual quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. Here standard price is 2.50 per kg, actual price paid is 2.40 per kg, difference is rupees 0.10, that is 10 paise is the difference, that is 10 paise is actual price paid lesser than the standard price of 2.50. So, 10 paise into actual quantity utilized 16,500 kg will give us 1,650 favorable variance. Now, DMU usage variance is equal to standard price into SQ minus AQ. Now, SQ is, that is standard quantity for actual output. Standard quantity is 2 kgs. To produce 1 unit of output, 2 kgs are specified. For 8000 units, it will give us 16,000 kg is the standard quantity for actual output, and actual quantity of material utilized 16,500 kg, difference is negative 500 kg. When multiplied with standard price 2.50, we are getting 1,250 adverse variance. Usage variance is therefore adverse. Cost variance is favorable, price variance is favorable, but usage variance, that is the actual material utilized, is more than the standard quantity of material specified. Therefore, we are getting negative variance, that is adverse variance. The result is checked here. DMCV is equal to DMPV plus DMUV. 400 favorable is equal to 1650 favorable plus 1250 adverse. Naturally, we are getting 400 favorable is equal to 400 favorable. Now, let us consider labor variances. DLCV, direct labor cost variance, is equal to standard labor cost minus actual labor cost. Now, ST into SR minus AT into AR. Now, to produce 1 unit of output, 2 hours are specified standard time. Therefore, for actual output of 8000 units, 16,000 hours are standard hours for actual output. Standard rate SR is 0.50 rupee will give us 8000 rupees is standard labor cost minus actual labor cost they have given in the problem 7200 rupees. Therefore, 800 favorable variance, that is direct labor cost variance. Alternatively, we can compute cost variance in another way, that is standard cost of labor cost for actual output minus actual labor cost. Now, actual output 8000 units into standard labor cost per unit of output. Here output basis is considered here. Standard labor cost, it is given 1 rupee per unit of output. Therefore, for 8000 units, standard labor cost will be rupees 8000. Actual labor cost given 7200. We are getting the same answer. Standard labor cost rupees 800 favorable. Now, direct labor rate variance. Here rate is already there is difference we are observing. Standard rate is 50 paise per hour. Actual wage rate paid is 40 paise. Naturally, here the organization is saving, that is labor actually paid is 10 paise less than the standard specified. So, actual time is 18,000 hours into 50 paise minus 40 paise. So, 18,000 hours into 10 paise will give us 1800 favorable. Situation is favorable to the organization. Now, efficiency variance is equal to SR into ST minus AT. That is SR standard wage rate is 50 paise into standard time is 2 hours per unit. Therefore, for 8000 units, 2 hours into 8000 units, 16,000 standard time minus actual time 18,000 hours. Now, 16,000 hours minus 18,000 hours, standard hours or standard time specified for actual output 16,000 hours minus 18,000 hours actual time taken will give us 2,000 hours negative. That means, actual time taken is more than the standard time specified. Therefore, we are getting negative variance. 2000 hours multiplied with standard wage rate 50 paise, we are getting 1000 adverse. Again, it is checked here. Direct labor cost variance is equal to DLRV plus DLEV. 800 favorable is equal to 1800 favorable plus 1000 adverse. Naturally, we are getting 800 favorable is equal to 800 favorable. So, in this way, in any given problem, we have to see what is required to be computed, and for such computation, what information are necessary. Out of those information, which information is given in the problem, which information is missing. Accordingly, we have to proceed. Thank you.